In this video, we'll show the correct and safe procedures for cooking quality chicken using a Broaster 1800 unit. Then we'll show you the proper procedures for filtering, cleaning, and replacing the oil. Broaster Company manufactures several models of pressure fryers for food service establishments worldwide. The Broaster 1600, 1800, and 2400 pressure fryers are similar in function, but differ in their product capacities. The capacity of the Broaster 1600 is up to 7 pounds of fresh product. The capacity of the Broaster 1800 is up to 14 pounds of fresh product. The capacity of the Broaster 2400 is up to 22 pounds of fresh product. Our pressure fryers use hot oil to cook the chicken. The oil must be at the proper level before the unit is turned on. With the fryer basket placed in the cooking well, fill the unit with oil to approximately 1/2 inch below the hot oil level mark noted on the basket, the probe guard, or the element guard. To begin, place the cook filter switch in the cook position. Or if you're using a smart touch control, switch the controller on and follow the prompts. Check the time and temperature displayed on the control panel to make sure it is correct for the item you are cooking. For additional instructions, refer to the unit's operation manual, which came with your pressure fryer and is also available at broaster.com. When the unit reaches the correct temperature as noted by the heat on indicator going dark on the temp and time controller or the green screen on the Smart Touch controller, raise the basket and then allow the basket to drift down to agitate the oil. Repeat this procedure 6 times. The unit will respond by adding additional heat to ensure uniform oil temperature. You will need to agitate the oil again after filtering or if your unit idles for more than 1 hour. When the unit reaches the set temperature again, it's ready to cook. When the oil is thoroughly and properly heated, it should be at the proper level for frying. With the basket fully lowered into the cooking well, use tongs to place a maximum of 14 pounds of fresh chicken into the basket, 1 piece at a time, in a circular pattern. Load fresh chicken in this order: breasts first, then the thighs, then the legs, and finally the wings. While you're loading the chicken, lift the basket up periodically, allowing the basket to drift down to minimize the product sticking to the basket. Remove the basket lifter handle and close the fryer cover. Rotate the cover handle to the left as far as it will go, and then close the pressure regulating valve by rotating the valve lever to the right. When you hear the alert sound from the controller which signals the end of the cook cycle, slowly open the pressure regulating valve and then take the basket lifter out of the holder. When the pressure gauge indicates there is no pressure in the cooking well, push down to unlock the cover handle, rotate it to the right, and push the cover back. Agitate the basket to release any stuck chicken pieces, then lift it out of the oil. Lock the lifter handle into the basket channel and place it onto the rest peg. Allow the oil to drain from the chicken for 30 seconds. And gently dump the chicken onto a dump table with a draining rack. And place the basket back into the fryer's cooking well. Broaster Company recommends filtering after cooking 5 full loads between rush periods and always at the end of each day. This filtration process can extend the useful life of your oil. Before beginning the filtering process, remove the filter pan and ensure it is properly assembled and ready for filtering. Reinsert the filter pan under the fryer, making sure that it is properly engaged and that the O-ring is in place on the riser line and sealed into the suction line. Set the machine to off if you're using a temp and time controller, or to filter if you're using a Smart Touch controller. Then open the cooking well cover. Brush any crumbs off the basket, and then remove the basket and handle. Clean the basket and basket handle separately. Add XL filtering compound directly into the oil in the cooking well in the following quantities: 5 ounces for the Broaster 1600, 10 ounces for the Broaster 1800, and 15 ounces for the Broaster 2400, and then stir the oil using a bottom brush. For enhanced oil filtration, use a combination of BroClean and XL filtering compounds following the usage instructions on the boxes. Use a bottom brush and crumb scraper to loosen crumbs from the cooking well. Stir the oil and open the drain valve slowly and swirl the oil as it drains. Use the ramrod if necessary to unclog any crumbs in the bottom of the cooking well. When the oil has completely drained from the cooking well, close the drain valve. Pull the cover over the cooking well, but do not close it. Then set the switch to the filter position if you're using a temp and time controller, or press the Start Pump button if you're using a Smart Touch controller. After the pump runs for 5 seconds, push the cover assembly toward the rear of the unit. Allow the filter system to pump oil into the cooking well approximately 6 to 8 inches. Then stop the filter pump from running. Being careful of hot oil and hot cooking well components, use a bottom brush to scrub the cooking well. Start at the top of the well and work downward. On electric units, clean the inside and between the heating elements using an element brush. Make sure that no crumbs are stuck to the side of the cooking well or cover temperature sensor. Then open the drain valve. After the remaining hot oil and crumbs have drained into the filter pan, pull the cover forward, press Start Pump, and let the motor run for 5 minutes with the drain valve open. An alarm will sound after 5 minutes. Silence the alarm and close the drain valve. When air bubbles appear in the oil, or for the Broaster 2400 when the oil stops returning, allow 15 to 30 seconds before stopping the filter pump from running. Check the oil level and add oil if necessary. Empty the condensation pan into an approved waste receptacle and replace it on the machine. Set the machine to the cook position, wait for the machine to reach operating temperature, and then agitate the oil to eliminate any cold spots before cooking. If you're using the cycle counter feature on the temp and time controller to monitor loads between filtering, reset the cycle count to 0 at this time. After every 3 filter cycles, the filter pan must be properly cleaned and set up with new filter paper. Once the filter pan has cooled and before your next filter cycle, remove the condensate pan, the filter pan and old filter paper. Wipe the pan of any oil residue and properly discard all items. Be careful not to lay the filter cover, filter hold-down frame, or filter screen on the floor. Place a clean filter screen on the bottom of the clean filter pan. Take a new sheet of Broaster equipment filter paper, fold up the tabs at the score marks, and place it on top of the filter screen. Place the filter hold-down frame on top of the filter paper and spread BroClean filtering media on top of the paper. Use 8 ounces for the Broaster 1600, 16 ounces for the Broaster 1800, and 24 ounces for the Broaster 2400. Wipe clean and reinstall the filter pan cover and properly reinsert the filter pan prior to starting the filtering operation. Make sure that the filter pan is properly engaged into position under the fryer and that the O-ring is in place on the riser line and sealed into the suction line. Note, The O-ring is inside the suction line on the Broaster 1600. Run the oil through the filtering system to remove any crumbs and then set the machine to the off position, cleaning and replacing the oil. Unplug the unit from its outlet and place a cleaning flag on the cooking well latch column. Pull the filtering pan out a few inches, pause for several seconds to allow remaining oil in the filter line to drain into the pan, and then pull it out the rest of the way. Slide a Broaster equipment oil caddy under the drain valve, then open the drain valve to drain the oil. When all the oil has drained from the well, close the drain valve and dispose of the oil properly. Fill the pressure fryer's cooking well with warm water to 5 inches below the rim. Using the Broaster pressure fryer cooking well cleaner cup, add the appropriate amount of cooking well cleaner into the well. Stir the water to ensure the cooking well cleaner is thoroughly dissolved and let the solution stand for a minimum of 15 minutes to a maximum of 12 hours. At this time, you may also clean the basket and basket handle by putting them in the solution. Note: never turn the pressure fryer on during this procedure. Slide the cover slightly forward, raise the cover assembly toward the right, and rotate the handle to the closed position to expose the O-ring. Use a Broaster equipment O-ring groove cleaning tool to remove the O-ring. Dampen a disposable towel with water only. Do not use detergent. Hold the towel around the O-ring and then pull the O-ring through it several times to remove any residue. Use an O-ring groove cleaning tool to clean the O-ring groove. Use a non-metallic scouring pad to clean the bottom of the cover. Then lower the cover. Remove the splash guard and clean the top of the cover. Completely dry the cover after cleaning. Also, wipe the cover slide rod using a clean disposable towel. No lubrication is necessary. After the desired soaking time has elapsed, 15 minutes to 12 hours, drain all water and cleaning solution out of the well and dispose of it properly. This may take several trips. Be sure to clean the cooking well with a non-metallic scouring pad to remove any remaining residue. With the bucket in place under the drain and the drain valve open, connect the power cord and turn the unit on. Immediately press the filter tab. To purge the filter line of any remaining cleaning solution, press Start Pump and run it for about 15 seconds to clear the line, and then press Stop Pump. Close the drain valve. Rinse the cooking well thoroughly with fresh water, drain the water from the cooking well, and purge the filter line again by running the pump for 15 seconds. Close the drain valve and set the machine to off. Dispose of the water properly. Allow the cooking well, basket, basket handle, cover, and ramrod to air dry completely, and then replace the reassembled filter pan before adding new oil. Remove the cleaning flag. Then add new cooking oil to 1/2 inch below the hot oil level mark noted on the basket, the probe guard, or the element guard. Lubricate the O-ring with fresh oil and replace the O-ring following the proper procedures as shown in the manual. Following these procedures will correctly maintain your Broaster pressure fryer in top operating condition and enable you to produce quality pressure fried chicken and other food items each and every time. For more information, visit Broaster.com or contact your local authorized Broaster distributor.